Don't be alarmed.
Don't be foolish. You know that the door being... Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we escape. You know that.
Hey, don't be alarmed. I decided to open the door for you. We have somewhere we're gonna be heading to. Just you and me.
I'm not interested.
It might interest you. I'll leave it up to you. Follow me, or I could just close the door again. Your choice.
I can't get it. You know that. You have the collar. Yes? I'm not going to do that. It's going to raise too much attention. And yet there's cameras. A lot. I know how they work. Why did you bring me here?
Just wanted to reminisce on some old history. See how different it is compared to ours, to yours. Hope you don't mind.
Your planet is smaller.
Significantly.
Never really saw your universes, so have to leave that to my view.
It's so teeny tiny.
Feels like a
Easy
dwarf
to
planet.
Being up here, it's best as we'll get it. That's what I'll say. Being up here brings back some old memories. What about you? How did your arc look?
Looked very similar. Too similar.
Yeah, that's the odd thing about our universes. Have a lot of similarities.
The fact that this one knows the universes does not make me happy.
I remember running down
Nothing
these
now.
halls
After
with
it's been making you
cousin.
happy. I can vouch for that. Sorry. I was
So,
talking to Norm.
it's fine. So, how's she like? Don't mind asking.
What were you asking about?
Come on. We both know.
Do
We're
not
both
answer
close to
that one.
Well, I don't know about
Well,
me
it's-
from you.
You know who he's asking about.
But you.
Don't answer.
It's a different story, isn't it?
I don't need to answer to you.
Hey? Giving you the option. Not forcing it out of you.
That's what they all say.
Just came up here for just a simple casual talk. Just came up here to reminisce about some old memories. See how different things are and just have a casual chat. Nothing more, no extra layers to it. And just have a look
Yes.
around.
That's what the GUN soldiers said before they started everything.
If not, I can bring you straight back to base. By your choice.
I'd rather not. She was kind.
Alright then.
We'll state that. Kind. Gentle. Knew how to speak her mind. She had a little bit of a sass to her.
Remember running through these hallways with her. Always chased me around, trying to keep me out of trouble while grandfather was busy. And everything you described sounds exactly like her.
I never saw anybody like you on the Ark.
So you didn't see me running around, chance?
No. The only time I saw you is when you and your group came. And that's about it. You were not part of here.
That's a different piece of history.
It'd be strange if you were here anyway. My world, you're almost 800 years old.
800 years old.
Technology can do a lot to an aging process.
You know, if she was almost still here, she'd probably be the same age as I am. Old, gray hairs, well, always had gray hairs, couldn't help that.
I'd rather stop this conversation.
We should go and get the Eclipse cannon.
Alright.
I'm not going to go get the Eclipse cannon.
It'd be better.
Yeah.
Get rid of
It's
this
already
world.
shut down.
No.
Our operatives made sure to make some few changes.
We're not here to take care of this world, we're here to take care of our own, Nor.
And they're getting too involved in ours.
That doesn't mean we have to deal with them. And get involved, that doesn't mean that we have to take them out personally.
And yet others from this world got involved. And you
He's
sat back
chatting
and
to
let
you,
them.
isn't he?
Yes.
Well, just so you know, the Eclipse cannon's already taken offline. Already took care of that and don't want a whole nother Eggman scenario again. Surprising that the moon even is able to last as long.
I'm
Now it
surprised you
just
only have
turned
one.
because more than one.
We had 4. We only have 2 now.
I didn't like the other two.
I assume the Eclipse cannon.
No.
Then what happened to the other two?
Well,
Don't hit
one.
them.
Not gonna hurt to answer.
He's known too much.
It's just the moons. It's not anything about our personal life.
And soon he's gonna start asking. Soon he's gonna start
And I'll
pushing.
be able to put my ground on with that.
Can you?
I can.
We will see.
The first one got taken care of by the Eclipse cannon because of Wily. The second one, Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong.
Yeah. I don't know the whole ordeal with that, nor do I care.
A monkey being able to punch a moon.
Over here.
So stupid.
Doctors, old notes and everything.
Hmm.
Gerald's computer.
Everything on this old computer. So while we have time up here, you can have a look at our history. Since you're sharing with me, I share with you. Make it beneficial and even.
That's unlikely.
Of course they would put fake ones up here.
What are you doing? Why are you searching
Just
that?
noticing that they put fake ones up here. Fake chaos sounds.
I need to know.
Some files are accessible, some are not, under a certain code.
UN 1944.
What you trying to look up?
None of your business.
Alright. I could help.
I don't need
Work
your
Right.
my way around the files.
What are you planning to build looking for?
nothing here at this point in time. That's why.
1944 is such a very personal year, isn't it?
Yes,
So why are you trying to look into it?
I'm trying to see if similar events happened. That's why I'm looking at 1944.
Are you trying to see how their shadow went down?
Maybe.
That would be interesting to see, actually.
But there's nothing
Continue
here.
searching. They must have scrubbed the traces,
Maybe.
gotten rid of everything.
Maybe.
Such a corrupt organization likes keeping themselves in the good limelight.
They probably did wipe the files. That makes sense.
Most
Well,
of our
keep
files
that on the
are...
record.
If you're trying to find any other files that are missing on there, some of them were taken by Eggman. So,
I was looking for a specific one.
which one?
None of your business.
Well, if you're going to need help finding a file, I should at least know.
None of your business!
Alright. Just trying to help.
There's nothing here.
You know, one good stomp with all your power, you could shatter this glass and kill him.
I'm not going to do that.
But he's pushing.
And I'm standing my ground. So I don't need to do that.
It's getting too close, Shadow.
Nor, you know not to call me that.
And you know that I call you that when I'm serious.
Don't need to be serious here.
I don't like him. He needs to be taken out.
Well, I don't like him either, but I'm not going to kill him just because I don't like him. He's not part of our timeline, therefore, there would be a lot more consequences than there would be benefit. I'm not going to do that at a petty.
But people out of your timeline have already gotten in the way.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter if we want to get what we need to do.
But if we kill them, then they won't come back when the reset happens.
Good.
No.
One failed world in the step of progress.
I'm not going to reset. I'm not going to affect one else's world or our world. Their world has not done us wrong.
The more they push, the more they will.
Pushing a few buttons isn't pressing some wrong switches.
But some switches aren't able to be accessed until all the old conduit is fixed. You need an open enclosed circuit.
If I leave this
This
room,
is just
be
too
quiet.
open.
Let me do my thing.
We'll see.
Thank
But
you.
if he answers one question that I don't like,
Let me do my thing, Doom.
as you wish.
Thank you.
Right around here led to some old cafeterias I remember back in the day.
Hmm.
Some of these places. And up here leads into another room. Follow me.
Hmm.
There's much more over here. So down there we have a different thing going on. Let's say they were working on a few new projects.
Who's that?
And no, before you think it
That's
is,
new.
it's not the real thing.
Interesting. The zone. That
It's
might be
something
some use for
simpler.
it next.
Upstairs we have Gerald's old office. Grandfather. Wanna have a look?
I'm going.
You sure you'll be able to find what you want here?
Be damned if I don't try.
I'm not stopping you.
Right over here. Some nights grandfather would almost work himself almost to passed out on the desk. Me and Maria would take hours trying to get him up. Photos. Need help looking for something, or
I'm
are you
fine.
fine doing it yourself? All right.
Where is it? One of these books has to be on it. No, he put the Ultimate Savior Project in this room. So somewhere. Where is it?
We're looking for grandfather's old secrets. He put them far away in a safe.
Damn it!
I think I have a feeling to what you're looking for, but I'm not gonna look. Spent so many hours in this chair.
nowhere. Nor.
Yes.
Nor. You have
Yes.
better eyes than me.
Mm-hmm.
Project Savior. I need you to see if there's any books that look like that. Do you see any? At all? Or am I just blind?
No. Not yet.
Damn it.
There was one close, though.
What? Where?
It wasn't called Ultimate Savior, though. It was called Ultimate Life Form.
Worse. Worse, it's called the same thing that Abraham called me.
The furthest shelf,
Further shelf?
all the way in the back. The other side.
The other side?
Top shelf. Hidden away in the back.
Alright. Worse. Just when I thought that would give me answers, it put me back to the beginning of questioning.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but the non-zone, as this one is called, their variant of you was classed the ultimate life. Your class as the ultimate savior.
I'm aware. I just wanted to see where we were different.
One was supposed to be made for good. The other one, well, diseases.
Weren't we basically the same for that?
Basically, there was no difference besides the name. The only difference is when GUN appeared.
Let me guess. He had it easy.
Within the book, it stated, well, not the book actually, from the files that we had access to on the computer. You didn't see it.
What do you mean I
was a
didn't see
file
it?
there. There was a file there.
I need to go back.
You don't need to. I already read it.
What did it say?
Project Shadow was sent away in a tube down to Earth where GUN took it and locked it away in storage after Maria died.
Found everything you're looking for?
I'm fine. Yes, I did.
The only interesting part when you actually look at it is the fact that Abraham Towers didn't ignition the raid.
What do you mean he didn't
He
ignition
had
the
no
raid?
part of it. He had no part of it. He was still too young. It was another guy.
And what was that guy's name? Who do I need to be wary of?
I have no answers on that. They scrubbed that name. All I know is that the guy standing behind you took the role of the commander.
I see.
But still be wary on him.
Not
He
letting my
is
guard down.
innocent.
I'm aware. Nobody in G is innocent. Not stupid. Next thing you know, I'm gonna be letting my guard down and they're gonna put me through those experiments again. I'm not stupid.
Exactly.
We're moving to a different
So,
room.
did your arc have as many people as ours did?
It was a colony.
Why don't you come over here and have a look at these photos? See if you see anything that looks familiar. Right there in that picture over there, that was me back in the day. Of her.
I don't recognize you.
I know.
He's not the same.
There. His father and the doctors.
That photo I recognize.
Oh, yes. Grandfather held Maria for the first time.
That's when the doctor first brought her to the Ark.
Yeah. I was told stories that at one point she was healthy. Then...
And then an experiment
condition.
went wrong. Eva did the best that she could.
Experiment? So wait, yours wasn't born with a condition?
No. The doctor was working on an experiment and it imploded. His wife didn't survive, but his daughter did. In his desperate attempts, he brought her over to his grandfather, to assist in trying to find some way to fix what happened. Maria survived, but her condition was caused from her immune system getting shot from the experiment. It was something to do with chaos energy, I believe. I don't know. I wasn't born then.
From all I can remember...
All I know is from what Gerald
back
told
in-
me.
From all I can remember, back in the day, he was born with hers. It was bad. She could barely run most of the time, and always with Shadow. The one I know. Yep. Back in the day, I'll admit, was a little jealous that she had somebody that was a friend like.
Aside from Gerald, she was my only friend. But I mean, Who can blame them? Who would want to be a friend with a freak like me?
We don't need friends.
How about we head downstairs? Head back to the main areas. Have a look around some more. Before.
Fine.
I'm curious about that. Chaos Emerald, the Master Emerald.
If the Master Emerald is fake, then it's not important.
I know. But that energy that it gave off.
Yes, over here. This used to be the room where they would bring some of their families around here.
What?
Whenever everybody was not working. Time to relax, share stories, even spend the holidays. That old tree kept up one time.
Really, you still love the holidays? When her father would come up to see her, I never got to be able to meet him. I only got to meet him after the events. I never got to meet him with her. She looked up to the doctor a lot. But who could blame her? She was his daughter.
Back in the day, whenever our chef was a little bit sick, Maria would want to offer to volunteer.
She was a
All
good
the
cook.
time helping with meals. I remember one time she accidentally put something in grandfather's meal. He had to run to the restroom every hour. And I'll admit,
Banana
it
peppers.
was,
That's what it was.
yep. And she, let's just say, wasn't alone cooking that meal that day. I was there. I was a
Maria
little
was
prankster
alone
back
cooking
then.
her meal. I tried to help her, but I didn't know what to do. So I just kind of stared at the oven, thinking I was helping.
I kind of did the same too. Right around here is another room or so. Follow me. Right down there was one of grandfather's other testing chambers.
Oh, there.
What do you think?
Oh,
Looks familiar
it's
to you?
here.
grandfather was one day working on something around in here.
Is it awake?
Then one of his
No.
other projects accidentally up.
So he's not awake.
He was in the middle of right here. And then it came and grabbed him. The gizoid that he found.
We never had a gizoid on the Ark.
That tin can never came up.
Found it from this one other clan. I don't remember what it was. I have to probably look at the file.
The
Nocturnus clan.
I remember it broke in here when I was with him. I ran out of the other room, and then Shadow appeared. Took it down. It was a tough fight, though.
I never got to fight a gizoid. At least not in here.
Does this room look familiar to you at all?
Too familiar.
Extremely
How
funny.
so, if you don't mind me asking?
The Bio Dragon.
Being the bio lizard.
No, the Bio Dragon.
There were two.
Must have went under a different name.
My other brother.
Yes, the first one.
He gave me a few
The second
scars
one.
back in the day. But I don't blame it, because it didn't know any better. It was still trying to figure out its own sapience. Who could blame it?
It's
I
still
was trying to
trying.
basically destroy the planet.
According to Ira, according to Father, it tried to do that as well. At least from what he learned. Again, I can't blame it. He was just trying to... According to what was, I can only assume was his thought process. He thought the best way to get way out of GUN was to take out half the planet where it was at. Who blame it?
When it was located here, I heard stories of what happened. Basically, when the eclipse cannon was going on and it was about to destroy the planet, they ended up fighting it. Sonic and Shadow. Thing attached itself to the eclipse cannon and then headed its way down towards Earth.
I never fought
Sonic
the
and Shadow
Bio
used the
Dragon.
power of the chaos. I assume you were under captivity under the time?
No.
It's still up there.
Where were you?
That was with the doctor.
You're Dr. Eggman.
Yes, I was with Father. He was helping me with something then. I was having some issues. So, while that event was going on, I stayed home. I was sick. That's around the time he made metal. My brother.
Metal Sonic.
Yes. He goes by Steel now. I only stated Metal because it was a name you'd recognize. I will not call him Metal directly. That would be like somebody calling me Shadow.
Not out of disrespect. I understand.
No. I deeply care about Metal. I would never disrespect him. He's the closest thing I have to Maria now.
I have a hypothetical question.
Choose your words wisely.
I'm just saying, if she was still alive, how would you think things would have went?
Differently. Differently, or the same. Is even a possibility that even if she was alive, she wouldn't have been alive for long. Not with Abraham.
I sometimes think that as well. If she was possibly things I'd say to times I would apologize
Honestly,
for being.
probably a good thing that she didn't go through what I went through. I wouldn't wish that even on Sonic. And that's saying something. Because me and Ogilvy are not necessarily on the greatest page.
So far from looking at the Ark. What's your thoughts?
There's less blood than I remember.
There's more secrets than before.
Before we head back, is there anything you like on your cell? When we arrive back?
What do you want, Nor?
Freedom.
Other than that, you know we can't do that right now.
More freedom, more space.
Nora wants more space.
I'll try to build a bigger space in there.
I don't like how tight those things feel.
I'll contact
Nora's
the
a
boys
bit-
and get them around here.
Nora's a bit claustrophobic. I don't blame him. That cell was the same size I was in. Back then. Whenever Hugo would go in there, there's barely any room for me. Give me a lot less room to run.
One last question before we departure back. Just a curious one. And you can answer it as honestly as you will. Compared to me from your world to this, how would you say I am?
Softer. Too soft.
That's all I needed to know.
But I can't trust you.
Commander Abraham,
Who's to say that you're just putting up this act to get me to get my guard down?
it's not an act. I'll let you know that real quick.
I'll believe that when I see that.
Why do you think I didn't bring any soldiers with me?
Get me to trust you.
I wanted
No,
only just you
no.
and me to talk.
I don't need to talk to anybody. I'm fine on my own. I have the doctor, I have Metal, and that's all I need.
right. They should be arriving soon.
Fine.
I know you don't trust me. You see this as some sort of act. To let you know, there was no recording this time. Check my datapad. I wanted to keep it normal conversation between acquaintances, or however you want to label
Take it back.
Sorry.
I said, take back your pad.
I'll be out here so you can have some time to yourself. When they arrive, I'll come and get you.
Fine.
Take care of yourself, Rifle.
You could have crushed his hand.
Then that would have got us into more trouble.
He's playing you.
You don't think I don't know that? Why do you think I've been hesitant?
Why'd you like to get close to him?
I was taking the pad to ensure that he wasn't lying. Is there nothing wrong with us?
Trying to trust.
Is there nothing wrong with me having some reassurance?
The more assurance you get, the more you learn the truth.
The more,
Once the truth is out,
the more anxiety I get, the more it's going to be difficult to do our mission.
I've told you the solution. Leave.
You know that we can't.
Yes, we can.
No, we can't.
You're still thinking like a mortal.
So what if I am?
That's your weakness and your limitation. If you wanted, I could have got us out of here. But you chose to stay.
I chose to stay so we can get some more information about here. That's why. I need to know how they work. If I can know how they work, then I know how to avoid them. I know how to avoid their pets. And I know how to deal with them so they're not in our way next time. So don't blame me for trying to make our work a little bit more simpler.
No. You're just taking the hard way.
You mean I'm taking the hard way?
Erase them. Destroy them.
That's not going to fix our situation. As much as I would love to do so, and you know that I would. That's not going to fix our situation, and you know that.
Again. Thinking too much like a mortal.
I'm not thinking like a mortal, I'm thinking rationally.
That's immortal. If you think rationally, like how you're thinking, you just get yourself stuck in places and buy time. We don't have time, Shadow.
It's better to buy time than be rash and fail. I'm not going to do the same mistake I did last time. tried to rush ahead, I tried to be rash, and that's where I ended up. If I can play things more smartly, then I could get this done faster.
You think what you did before was being rash? There was nothing rash about it. You played it tactically, and look at where it's ended us up. You just being only caring about our zone ended you up in their custody. You only wanting the grudge against those that are from ended up here. You were
Well, getting rid of people here is going to have consequence. Getting rid of the people in our zone is not.
And that's the issue. Because if you don't, then you're gonna continuously fall into the same cycle that you are in now.
I know what I'm doing.
Do you? I don't think you do.
I know what I'm doing.
We'll see when the time arrives.
Rifle.
Huh?
They should be around here. They're at the entrance bay.
Fine.
Can't you just ask that that prison in the colony instead of down there?
You wouldn't let me have a prison in the colony, and you know that.
It'd be better than going down there.
I know.